Welcome back. I'm Dan Morfitt and it's the final part of this Daily Rundown. Time now to look at some of the more unusual stories that have been making the news with Stephen and Jackie. When I say that, I don't mean they've been making the news, we're just going to look at them with that. Now, producer Jack has been trawling the internet for these, and I haven't seen them myself, so I do not know what's coming next. So, here we go. A German man has been accused of attacking another man's car with a massive sausage. The 49-year-old man allegedly launched the foot-long Wurst when a BMW driver performed an inconsiderate parking manoeuvre. They had become embroiled in such a heated argument that the 49-year-old struck the car with his only weapon, his sausage, which was so large it caused a dent in the car's body. So, have you ever attacked a Beamer with a wiener?
No. There is a story that there's a gentleman in America who has a smashed up Beamer on his front lawn, and that's because he was parked at a traffic light and somebody got out from the car behind him with a golf club and annihilated his car, and it turned out that it was Jack Nicholson. So this guy now has a bashed up car on his front lawn because it's like this is the car that Jack Nicholson smashed up.
Did you find out why he did it?
I don't know. Jack Nicholson has a history. He has a 50 or 60 year history of.
He was in the film Anger Management.
Not so much now.
Well, he was. Yeah, and he was also in the film The Shining and 5 Easy Pieces and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah,
but they're just films. They're not documentaries.
But to get so irate with a parking manoeuvre, you get out a foot-long sausage and start.
Yeah, but I'm with that.
I
did it cause a dent?
Because I think it was such a heavy-duty sausage. This is Germany, of course.
I think it's wrapped round a brick, mate.
Yeah, I think it is. This man, like a pessimistic German, fears the worst.
Oh.
That's Andy Zaltzman that did that.
If this was in Britain, it would be like someone just threw a steak bake.
Yeah.
No, it'd be like somebody got annihilated by a Savoy. Oi, oi, Savoy! This is a weird thing. Only the Germans could do this, but I bet he did it in a ruthlessly efficient way before putting a towel down before anybody else could get there. Just all the stereotypes.
I'm not joking. Even with Fiona on Monday and Tuesday, the words ruthlessly efficient have been used every single night on the Daily Rundown.
Yay!
Right, let's go on to our next story. It's not often that something strange causes a traffic jam in a sleepy Swedish village, but a couple having sex on the side of the road managed to cause a standstill. The couple were wearing pig masks and t-shirts that said King and Queen, and earlier in the evening were allegedly screaming and waving around a green laser in the local park. If this sounds all like porkies, it's actually true, but we've all done it, haven't we?
From typically German things to weirdly Swedish things. I mean, this is.
If you had to guess the country, you would have said Sweden, wouldn't you?
Well, I would have said.
I wouldn't. Actually.
I would have said 1960s California, but
I wouldn't have said necessarily Sweden.
Where would you have said? Holland?
I wouldn't have been surprised if it was Britain, mate. I wouldn't. If he'd have said it was, I don't know, further down the road, whatever, I would have said yeah.
Well, to be fair, we don't actually know what David and Sam Cameron have been up to, and if they're wearing pig masks. Who knows? It's only the past stories.
Wow.
So you're saying the former Prime Minister could have gone to Sweden just for a little bit of a break? City break? A
city break with his pig mask and his screaming green lasers. It sounds very much like another spotting of Nigel Farage. He's been spotted at the German embassy. He's now obviously been spotted somewhere doing something weird with pig masks.
I do want to make a sincere request though on camera one. If you're in a band and you need a new name, Screaming Green Lasers is a great name for your band.
Yes.
People to consider that.
And your first album should be called Castro's Coming to Supper.
Why?
Just because when I was a kid, I thought if I was in a band, my first title would be called Castro's Coming for Supper.
That's beautifully bizarre.
Never forgot that, have you?
No, I haven't.
Right, let's look at our next story now. With A-level results coming out today, a man is suing a £28,000 per year private school after his son failed all but one of his GCSEs. The father said his son left a private school in Rochester with a single C grade in science and would have been better served by a local state comprehensive. The man said that, in my opinion, the school is not value for money in any way, shape or form. So do you feel sorry for the father, the son or the school?
Right, well, I can't answer this, but I'll tell you this. My son went to grammar school, and when it was his GCSEs, he he'd forgotten to get up for his maths exam. They phoned me and said he needs to be here in 10 minutes. They weren't going to not let him sit it. That he had to sit, you know what I mean? And they said, we'll hold it back 5 minutes or whatever. I mean, luckily he passed, but he hadn't had any breakfast or this, he just woke up. They do their best to make sure that they're in the league table, aren't they? They do their best. So that, I can't understand why that, I don't know about suing them, because they do their best to make them pass.
You've got to put some onus on the kid, haven't you?
You've got to put a lot of onus on the kid, but I think he's blaming the school probably for what maybe his kid's disruptive. Yeah. They don't usually put up with stuff like that, to be honest.
£28,000 a year.
I know, it's a lot more.
They must have known, you know, because they predict, don't they? They predict your GCSE grades before you get them.
Yeah.
Because they know what type of tangent you are.
Yeah.
So for him to just get a C in science, something's gone tragically wrong somewhere down the line.
It has gone wrong, and like you say, I think he's got to take, well, his son has got to take some responsibility. He can't blame it all on the school. And
the father as well, does he think he can buy grades just by putting kids through?
I think they do think that. I think they think it's a given thing. If they've got a place, a paying place, whatever, I think they think that's a guarantee.
It goes back to this argument earlier about students not being students but being customers. If you're paying £28,000, you sort of expect something at the end of it, don't you?
Well, I mean, two quick stories. First of all, at one of my GCSEs, we did theatre studies, and we sat the exam, and it was only the moment we turned our paper over we realised that we'd not actually been taught any of the plays that were within the
that happens,
degree.
That happens.
And secondly, and not suggesting that you do this, kids, but if they can't find your paper, they have to give you a C. So if you think you're going to fail, if you can get that exam paper out of the room...
that's got to be a myth.
No, it's true.
It's got to be.
It's true. It's like the pregnant lady with the hats.
That's what's happened there.
That's Stephen Armstrong's opinion. I wouldn't necessarily say that's true.
No, I know, but teachers do play games in invigilating exams. They stand next to the child they think is ugliest, the child they think that's definitely going to be a virgin.
They play Tetris as well.
And Pac-Man.
Have you never heard of that?
And they play Worm as well.
Teachers playing Pac-Man. They've got to keep themselves interested. Right, let's look at our next story. A father who mistakenly ate some marijuana brownies crawled around on the floor and yelled obscenities at the family's cat. Police were called on Tuesday following reports of an accidental overdose. They learned that the 53-year-old man had found some brownies in the backseat of his car and eaten 4 of them. The man's wife raised the alarm when her husband started to feel anxious. Paramedics found the man shouting obscenities at the family cat. What do we think of this, apart from, hey kids, don't do brownies?
Well, it was brownies for them.
It's in his car, so it's somebody in his family. I think his wife might have something in his
as well.
I've read the story on this. They rang up the daughter. The daughter would not pick up the phone. They rang up the son, and he goes, oh yeah, they're my sisters. They're pure marijuana. So this man had... What happened in the end, paramedics didn't take him into hospital.
Right.
They just put him to bed. He was calling the cat a B word. And he was yelling, I'm tripping, I'm tripping, I'm tripping. That's
funny.
It is funny.
See, now my dearest, darling mother... this is a story I'm going to tell as if it's true. I have no idea whether it is, but I've told it so many times. Let's say it is true, but I think it is true. And my mum went to this bit is definitely true. She went to a teacher college in Ambleside, and I believe that she was given a cake with marijuana in it. And when they found out that they had this, she took herself around to the police station and handed herself in. Now this is the 60s in the Lake District. There's a fair chance the coppers were out the back anyway. Choking the marijuana. I think my mum did that, and if she didn't, she should have, and it's the sort of thing she would do.
If not, the police had a lovely 11s that day.
Exactly.
Could you imagine that? Right, let's look at our final story. Finally, an elite Ukrainian SWAT team was caught on CCTV trying to storm a building, and it did not go well at all. Let's have a look at this. SWAT team. Storm that building! What? And you thought that Keystone Cops was just an old American timey-wimey thing.
I know, but there's a guy who's obviously meant to be getting into the building who's like, well, if you don't mind, I'll just go past you.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
Look at that bloke just go.
Yeah, well, I work on the first floor, so we're not doing anything illegal, so that's fine.
I don't understand why there's a SWAT team going in. Then, by the looks of it, everybody else is coming back from their lunch break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just bizarre.
Yeah. That is not ruthlessly efficient.
I'm worried that they've all got live ammunition.
Look at the lady in the back is just videoing it, going, I'm not going to get involved.
That is glorious on every level.
Yeah. I'm now no longer afraid of SWAT teams. I mean, you know, what the film starring Samuel L. Jackson did to incorporating and Colin Farrell and all them lot, that's just wiped it out. Now, that's like the first day I sat in front of a doctor and realised he's just a man who's read different books to me. That is just amazing.
Are you frightened of the Ukrainian SWAT teams now?
No.
Are they less SWAT teams and more?
No. That's not frightening at all, is it?
Maybe they should get a business analyst in and do some SWOT analysis. Boo! That's a business joke. Never mind.
Has that gone over everybody's head?
Yeah, SWOT analysis is what you do in businesses for risk assessments and stuff like that.
That has gone over my head. So that's time to wrap it up.
Wow.
The Daily Rundown for another week. Thank you to my guests this evening, Jackie Wright and Stephen Armstrong. And thank you to the brilliant band Plastic House. They were fantastic. I'm Dan Morfitt, and from everybody here...
Did you say Ben Morfitt?
No, Dan Morfitt.
Oh, you are Dan Morfitt.
And from everybody here, including producer Jack and James in the gallery, and Nick as well, have a great rest of the week and have an absolutely ace weekend. Thank you for watching.
Power!